Very interesting table in which we looked for the best meeting of Islamic, the Islamic terror, really, in Hebrew, ha-terror, ha-Islami, the terror, ha-Islami, in quite long words, cannot come in one skip, but comes in best meeting. Here you have it, ha-terror, you can see it. There are other verses that will explain later what they are, but in red you have ha-terror, here the terror comes here, and ha-Islami, the Islamic, interesting. Now, what we were looking for is definitely now, as we saw clearly, the cruelty of this terror of Islam, Daesh. So we look for the appearance of the word Daesh. So Daesh came here, you can see it, Daesh, yeah, this is the way it is written, Daesh. Now it looked like a big skip, but what is amazing, that it comes in the same line, yeah, Daesh, you can see Daesh, the same line with ha-terror, the terror of Daesh. And interesting, for many meetings of Daesh and terror comes, this is the best one. So it means clearly indicating there's a great danger of terror is from Daesh, and also Iran comes here, because you know quite well that they also encourage terror with Yemen and other places. So altogether, what we have a really clear indication that this terror of Islam, which, as we say, clearly now coming stronger, and as we said, in the one line here, it's so interesting, in one line, you have so many words. So we have Daesh and the terror. Now what is interesting, we have here Israel also, and Mashiach. Very interesting, we have the word Mashiach here coming also. Mashiach, because we know quite well that from those troubles that Israel, in fact, the world will suffer, then we will realize that only repentance, coming back to the verse of the Torah, the commandments, to keep them, will save us amazingly. So we have really Israel and Mashiach, and the same line, this warning from God, Shema Israel, et hachokim v'et hamishtim. Israel, listen to all the statutes and commandments of the Torah. Now what is interesting also is the same line, we have also a date, which is destined for Mashiach. It is alphabetical. It is Tavshinai Vav. So having really in one line so many verses telling about the terror from one side, Mashiach from one side if you keep Torah, definitely is very highly significant. Now, unfortunately, the Torah tells us that troubles will come upon you if you do despicable things, which is Tevet HaGoyim, the despicable thing of the Gentiles, as we see, unfortunately, while we see clearly that Israel tried to imitate what the Gentiles are doing now, because they allowed gays, allowed marriage of men and men, which is against the Torah. So our rabbis tell him the Torah says that this is really a reason which can bring a lot of troubles to Israel. Unfortunately, clearly written to you. So these two are connected. Now, what we have here, and we hope that will really happen, is written, the Torah promises, Yarum Me'agag Malcho, that in future, the king, the Messiah, the king of Mashiach, will be raised, will be above the king of Agag, something to do with Gog, V'tinaseh Malchuto, and his kingdom will be elevated very high, and as this rabbi says, this is the kingdom of the Messiah, of Mashiach. So it is interesting to see really in this table, as we said, this meeting of the Islamic terror, Daesh, and the terror, clearly indicating that all what is going on, clearly written in all our sources, because the Midrash, Kabalah, that this such substitution will be, and the end of it will be the coming of the king of Messiah, which is Tinaseh Malchuto. His kingdom will be raised, elevated, and the whole world will realize that this is the only solution, as we said, doing the verse of the Torah, keeping the Torah, and only then we'll have peace, quiet, and security in the whole world.